It's 5 p.m.
All right, quiet on the set.
Shh, listen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world. Polkas After Dark. This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now. It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your host, your USPA IJs of the Year for 2023, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition, the Sunday edition of Polkas After Dark. You're tuned right here to Facebook Live and also YouTube, and we want to welcome some folks that are early risers here in the Facebook room, but not in the chat room. Mr. Pete Chacho is here. Of course, let's see here. It looks like Dolores Gorkowski. Hello to you. Hey, our Master of Ceremonies today, our interviewee, so to speak, Mr. Bernie Koslosky is also with us. And we're going to start out with a couple of really cool tunes here. Here's a tune by the Twin City Sounds, and here's one called Yo-Yo Polka. Nice instrumental. What a great way to start off the Sunday afternoon edition here with Polkas After Dark. with you guys here. And also, let's see, who else do we have? We have a Jim Sakowitz. He's here today. Marcia and Paul Koslosky, they're tuned in from Michigan. We've got Mr. Daryl Welton. Hello to you, Daryl, and welcome to Polkas After Dark. Let's see, sorry I'm late, LOL. Welcome to Polkas After Dark. You typed that?
I did.
Oh,
I was late.
Okay, well, hey, as long as you made it when the camera came on, that's all that matters. Helena Garbach, hello to you, and we want to say howdy. Oh, gosh, we've got some more great tunes coming your way this afternoon and this evening as we get ready to talk with Mr. Bernie. That's right, Bernie Koslosky from Minnesota. And you know, he used to live in PA. He recorded with a band called Energy. And here's a tune called When We Met by Energy.
Ja piłem młodym chłopakiem, na tańce chodziłem, śpiewy zaśpiewałem. Ja piłem młodym chłopakiem, wesołe czasy ja miałem. Ulala, 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 la 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 la, ulala, 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 ulala. Na zabawie cię widziałem, jak ciebie poznałem, jak cię polubiałem. Kiedyś będzie moja droga, kiedyś będziesz moja żona. Ulala, 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 la la la, ulala, 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 la la. Jak piłaś młoda dziewczyna, ty zawsze śpiewała i tyś mnie kochała. Ja to nigdy nie zapomnę. Kocham cię serdecznie. Ulala, 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 la 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 la, ulala, 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 la la.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Polka music at its finest right here on Polkas After Dark. And actually, let's see, what time is it? Yeah,
It's
it is
dark
dark outside. It's,
Julie stopped by. Hey, Julie. Hope
Hello.
everything is well and that everything went well yesterday.
yeah, it looks like they had a good crowd.
Ho, 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 oh, oh, oh. No, that was the cookie thing we watched. Never mind.
Okay,
You should fire me someday.
Again, I'm thinking about it. Yes, I am thinking about it. Hey, there's Bob Op. He's here, Mr. Kalisek. Also, Mike Rudzinski, Polka Mike, and Doris. We're going to say hello to you guys. Hey, we've got some great tunes coming your way, including some tunes like this. Check this out. Here is a few tunes by Twin City Sounds as we get ready to talk with Mr. Bernie. That's right, Bernie Koslosky from Minnesota. Here, once again, is a song by Twin City Sounds, and I like this arrangement. It's called Time to Change. Hey, and I have to agree with Jill Cerniak. She said, love Robin's voice. At first, I thought she was talking about me, but I guess she
Nope.
wasn't. No. She was talking about the other Robin. Oh, boy. Robin Jurek. Moroshek. And hey, we are going to say hello to some more people here. Mr. Chris Curtis is here from Ohio. We want to thank Chris for stopping by. Say hello to your lovely Mrs. Sandy. Okay, we mentioned that we're going to have a couple of, like a medley of a couple of different songs which those guys put together. But, before we do that, Jerry, as we are going to be interviewing Mr. Bernie Koslosky. Bernie had sent me a couple of messages, which I thank you so much for that, Bernie. He wrote, Randy and him composed a song, Randy, his brother, composed a song about their dad, and I knew their dad very well from back in the early 70s at, at Mount Pleasant, Fedor's Grove, and a whole bunch of other places, but can't wait to talk to him about Dad and Mom, of course. But here's one. It's an obedic, and it's called All That He Did. Check this out.
Sometimes I think back on youthful days, on times we had with our father, how we would run and how we would play. All of these memories I treasure. He'd give us work that we had to do, sometimes despite our resistance. We didn't understand, but he knew. He was just showing he loved us. All that he did was all that he could. The way that he loved was the way a man should. There wasn't anything withheld from us. Oh, that's love. Oh, that's love. There were times we needed discipline, though that was not what we wanted. Even in those times he showed us love by giving us what we needed. My youthful eyes could not always see all that my father was doing, living his life so unselfishly, and all the love he was showing. All that he did was all that he could.
All that he did, Obetic. That's the sound of Twin City Sounds. Hey, we thank you ever so much for hanging around with us today. Randy Koslosky, who's Bernie's brother, well, he's in here today, so welcome to you, Mr. Christopher Ebel. He says, hey, Robin and Jerry, can't wait for the interview. Bernie's the best. Well, I know Bernie also played with Diversico as well. Hey, we're going to say hi to Mr. Kevin Pilarski. It looks like Ellis Fischler has joined us right now from Canada. Hello to you, young lady. Hope your weather's good up there. Ours is getting a little warmer. We've got 41 degrees here in the town of Evans, New York. And also, it's going to be raining tomorrow and Tuesday, so the basement sump pump is going to be doing overtime, actually both of them. And we're going to also say hello. Speak of the devil, Robin Rosinski is here. Hello to you, Robin. Welcome to Polkas After Dark. We got to mention that we're going to be interviewing Robin, I think sometime either next month or in February. You
Looked at it yesterday and I can't remember what you said.
Well, you know what? I have it up here on my screen, so let me just grab this real quick.
But in the meantime, we're going to say hi to Ashley Torres. She's in YouTube land, as well as Randy Koslosky. And he said, so glad Bernie is in the hot seat today.
Yeah, we interviewed Randy, I want to say maybe last year, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, by the way, Robin is going to join us on February the 9th. And that is a Sunday afternoon as well. Let's get a couple more songs as we promised by Twin City Sounds. Here's some really cool tunes that they put together. Check these out. Hello to Bev Sims. Oh, yeah, as simple as that. Robin on the vocal, of course, once again, over there with the Twin City Sounds. You're tuned to Polkas After Dark. We've got some more folks here that have joined us. We did mention hello to Beverly Ceramic. She is here. Of course, she remembers the Kozlowskis from Pennsylvania with Energy. And we're going to say hello to Lisa Koslosky. Hello to you, Lisa. Also, Carol Skaminski is here. Jean Retka, hello to you. And Carol says, hi guys, happy snowy, icky Sunday afternoon. Well, sweetie, I hope that is going to stay your way, Carol, because all we've got is just a little bit of rain coming down, and it's melting the snow a little bit. Hey, we played this song yesterday featuring Bernie on the vocal. What a great idea this was, too, by the way. Let's go ahead and play this, an old Bobby Sherman tune.
La la la, la la la. There's nothing in the world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. I'm just a lonely boy in a great big lonely world. Someone like you could make my dreams come true. And all the mountains I could climb if you just put your hand in mine. Ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. There's nothing in the world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. You can make a rainy day sunny in my mind. You make the world seem like a friend to me. And there ain't nothing I couldn't do if you were there to see me through. And I loved you and knew that you loved me. La la la, la la la. There's nothing in the world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. I would feel 10 feet tall if you were at my side. Ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. The kings would give up thrones to be in love for just 1 hour like me. And that's the way I'd feel if I had you. La la la, la la la. There's nothing in the world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. La la la, la la la. There's nothing in the world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, there you go, Bernie Koslosky. I have him on the phone, but I don't have him set up as yet through the system, and I'm going to because it is only 25 minutes past the hour of 5 p.m. We're going to be talking live with him real soon, like in less than 5 minutes. But here we go. How about a great day for hockey?
Tonight.
Oh, yeah, Pittsburgh Penguins song for you kids there that love the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Penguins, the Pirates, and just any kind of sports team down there in
They're
Pittsburgh.
as bad as we are.
Yeah,
With the Bills
Pittsburgh,
and the
Pittsburgh,
Sabres. And...
PA. Yeah, you got it. Hey, we are excited and we are extremely fortunate to have on our live line today Mr. Bernie Koslosky. Bernie, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you perfectly. You are coming through loud and clear, sir. First of all, I want to start out by saying thank you for taking the time to come on here to the broadcast. And, I usually start out asking just, a bunch of questions like, how old were you when you heard your first polka song?
Well, absolutely. Before I get into that, I do want to just say, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm excited for the opportunity also to just kind of share. I'm kind of a little bit geographically outside the polka. I say Minnesota is like the edge of the polka universe. You go past here and it just drops off to nothing. But, to share some of the things that I've been doing since, leaving Pittsburgh. But also want to just say thanks for what you guys do and what you're bringing to the market, and your content is fantastic.
Well,
congratulations on the award, and
thank you very much.
Just so nice. And I'll be completely honest, I probably haven't listened to every Polkas After Dark from beginning to end.
Oh, well, hey, Bernie, listen, it was great. It was great to talk to you. You have yourself a fine week. And
but I think I've listened to every interview, and I just love what you're doing with that.
Oh,
and I love that you're kind of going deep. You're talking to people who are a little, maybe kind of more regional, and kind of exposing them to a broader audience and that type of thing.
Sure.
And I just think it's fantastic. I love it.
Well, Bernie, thank you so much. But I think you get that from your parents, because that's how Dad was. At least I knew Dad more than I knew your mom. But first of all, let me go back here. How old were you when you heard your first polka song?
Yeah, so I'll say this. So music was always playing in the house, and like during the week it was country music, but during the weekends it was polkas. We played the polka shows, and we were not raised in the polka culture, although my parents, loved the music and played it. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you this, the first connection I really remember making with polka music was Johnny Sims' radio program. Oh, wow. And for whatever reason, the Matuluma, mother and daughter polka, I can remember being at my grandmother's house and it being on the radio. And I'm thinking that I probably had heard that song a couple of times before. When I heard it that time, I think I recognized, oh, hey, this is that song I like. And I remember really listening to it and connecting with that song. And you remember there's a saying, the song remembers when and the song can take you back.
Oh, yeah.
And when I hear that song, that organ chord at the beginning and the chimes, I am in my grandmother's kitchen and I can smell the chicken frying. Wow. And I can picture, I'm serious. I think at that moment, something happened, like time stopped and like Monty Python, I think the top of my head opened up and something got planted in there.
Wow.
It's been there ever since.
That is really huge. Holy smokes. Hey, we played a song that your brother wrote, the Obetic, which was all that he did. Sure. I remember your dad. I remember when I was playing with the Trolltones back in '76. Now, what was the name of the band that you and Randy had, Bernie? Because it was not Energy. It started with an M. Was it the Martiques?
Well, it was even before that. We came out as the Rhythmaires. And we were just a couple of kids. We were in like junior high school and maybe into high school trying to figure this thing out. And like I said, we didn't really come into polkas through the front door, because we weren't really quite raised in it, and we're trying to figure stuff out. Yeah. And this is where my parents stepped in, and I give them just all the credit for just being great parents in so many ways. But in recognizing in your kids, what is it that they're interested in? What are they excited about? And they saw that interest in music, and then they began to say, okay, how can we help them now to develop this and nurture it? Yes. And that's where they just played such an instrumental role in kind of helping us find our path, so to speak. Yeah. And I remember this, like, and my dad, kind of he was kind of musical. He grew up playing accordion.
Oh, I never knew that. I never knew that.
He was fairly accomplished, but he would, he was a reader. He would read from sheet music.
Okay.
And he had some opportunities when he was younger, like a teenager, maybe in the young adult, to play, but he never had the confidence and never actually performed in a band.
Is that right?
And his accordion was always in the closet at the house. And I remember, like, once in a while, maybe once a year, maybe not even, maybe around a holiday when we had some company, the accordion would come out and he'd play a couple of songs, and then he'd put it back away.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like kind of in a way, he was maybe living, what's the word I'm looking for?
Living his life through his sons.
kind of, anyways.
Yeah.
But anyhow, and he just really did a lot in terms of kind of, like I said, helping us find our way.
Mm-hmm.
I know as we're trying to learn, we're struggling. One of the things that he did, I remember, I don't know if you remember, but we would practice at the Kenlock Fire Hall occasionally.
Okay.
And he asked you, I think you and Davy Adams came to the Kenlock Fire Hall to critique us. And we were terrible. We were just looking for people who can kind of help us. And you gave me some pointers on trumpet that I remember to this day.
And I'm sorry that you took that. Hey, but listen, Bernie. I gotta say this, okay, publicly. And I had a conversation with your dad in Mount Pleasant, PA, over at Fedore's Grove. Mm-hmm. He said, "Okay, what does the band sound like?" I said, "They're good for starting out," but I said, "Let's see what they're going to be like in 6 months or a year, because if they stick with it, they're going to be able to make something of themselves." Now, turn the clocks ahead to 2024. Look at your accomplishments. Look at your brother's accomplishments. I mean, it's huge, Bernie. It really is. You guys aren't slouches. You're very talented guys, very talented vocalists. What all do you play besides trumpet?
Well, believe it or not, I actually started out as a young kid wanting to play saxophone. Desperately wanted to play saxophone.
Okay.
But in 4th grade, because we had a clarinet in the house, I got to start on clarinet. So
okay.
Figuring the transition to saxophone would be kind of natural, being a reed instrument. So I think when I was in 6th grade, then I got a saxophone, and that's what I played all the way through high school. And it wasn't until I kind of, again, started learning more about this style of music that we were becoming interested in, this polka thing, how dominant the trumpet was and how much I love trumpet. And I'm like, well, I got to play trumpet. And especially since I'm seeing guys like Lenny switching between trumpet and clarinet, I was like, oh, okay, just, I could probably do this.
Yeah.
So I got a trumpet. I bought it off a friend for $30.
Oh, wow.
And I started trying to teach myself, and it went absolutely horribly until I said, if I'm going to do this, I got to get lessons. And I went to just the best trumpet teacher in Pittsburgh. He was the professor at Carnegie Mellon. Wow. That's when I started playing trumpet. And I don't know if you know just a quick story about that.
Please, yes, by all means. Because I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to interrupt you here, Bernie.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You and I are going to be talking a lot. This is going to be more than a half an hour conversation interview. So by all means, you talk about whatever you'd like, but I'd like to hear more about this gentleman from Carnegie Mellon.
So anyhow, the armature for trumpet and clarinet and sax is different, and I was kind of trying to use the same armature, and I'm working, and I'm not getting better. So I went to this guy, and this, by the way, let me just say, this is back when private lessons in your neighborhood were like $4 or $5. This guy was $28 an hour.
Wow. Holy smokes.
And I went in, I sat down, he said, play me something. I played about 5 seconds. Big, boisterous Italian guy. He throws both hands up in the air and goes, stop. And he says, I'm going to tell it like it is. I can teach you to play trumpet, but you're going to have to unlearn everything you already know, and you're probably going to get frustrated and quit. And needless to say, I got frustrated, but I never quit. So.
Good for you.
So that was my beginnings of trumpet. And now it's my primary instrument. I play that more than anything else, and I still do kind of cover the reeds.
Good for you. Do you play anything else besides trumpet and reeds?
Well, I dabble on six string and I play bass guitar for a long time. Before Energy, we were really pretty much a variety wedding band and all the pop stuff and contemporary songs. I was playing bass, so I kind of dabble in those instruments as well.
Okay. Now, what was the name of the band? You said the Rhythmaires, or
so it was a Rhythmaires originally. Yeah, we went with that, and that turned out there was somebody else in the area had the name, and kind of called it to our attention, and made it obvious that we had to change. And again, we were really kind of focused on a lot of variety stuff, and so we came up with the Martiques. I don't know how we got that name.
That's what it was.
Doesn't really mean anything. Mm-hmm. Not a good polka band name by any means, but it is kind of sufficient for what we were doing at the time. And then we ultimately, when we decided to, turn the corner and make our first recording and try to make a name for ourselves in the polka field.
Yeah.
We needed a different name. That's when we, Chris Bogdan actually contributed that name. We were working through name ideas, and he brought that to the table, and we're like, let's go with that.
Beautiful. Now, how many recordings have you done yourself?
So with Energy, we did 3 full-length CDs. And a couple of singles. We did the Great Day for Hockey for the Penguins.
Oh, yeah.
And we did a couple of the more obscure ones for the Pirates. And the reason they're more obscure is because this is a year they had a great team. They were favored to go to the World Series. And we wrote a couple of songs for them and recorded them. And it was ready to go. And it was down to Game 7 in the playoffs against the Atlanta Braves. And the Atlanta Braves came back in the bottom of the ninth and won the game, went to the World Series. And the single went nowhere.
Oh, jeez.
So that was that with Energy, and then with Twin City Sounds, we did 3 CDs.
Okay. And let's see. Do you remember the name of the 3 CDs with Energy?
Well, it was Get Energized.
Okay.
It was the first one. Then Pure Energy.
All right.
And then Shine a Little Light.
Shine a Little Light. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how about the names of the recordings with Twin Cities?
So it was called In the Meantime, and then it was Time to Change, and then the third one that we did was called Intrigue.
Okay. All right. Well, I believe I have, let's see. I think I have all 3 of those, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
So Robin was going to be sending some CDs out. So if those are the 3, I believe I have all of those. So Robin, you won't need to send those out. So tell Peter that, just wipe the sweat off his brow. You won't have to mail them out. But as far as the Energy, I don't think that I have the Shine a Little Light. I'm going to have to look into the archives just to find out. Now, also, tell me about the studios that you have recorded in.
Well, the first, the Energy, all the Energy projects we did were with Gary Ramey and Peppermint.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was great working with Gary. I mean, we just figured, hey, he's the gold standard.
Oh yeah, you got that right.
So we worked with him, and it was a great experience. And then with the Twin City Sounds, what we did was actually turn Pete and Robin Brzezinski's basement into a recording studio, and Hank Gazevich from Polka Family brought all of his, he had a mobile recording studio, right? So he would drive it to wherever you are, set it up, and do the recording. So we did those 3 projects that we drove all the way out to Minnesota to record us. And one of them, by the way, I remember this clearly, that the whole week that he was here did not get above 0 degrees.
Oh.
So he got an exposure.
Yeah.
Minnesota winter.
Nice. That's tremendous. Holy smokes. Hey, so what other bands have you performed in? You've performed with Energy, with Twin City. You also did a stint with Main Squeeze.
Well, So after I came out to Minnesota, that's when I connected, with Pete and Robin, or they should say they connected with me, and kind of got together and kind of saw what they were doing, and kind of what they were working towards, and we were of like mind, and I had a young family at the time and a career, so I was kind of limited. I'm like, well, if you guys are okay with my kind of limitations, love to work with you guys, and that was the first thing that kind of fell into place in Minnesota here. And then there was a period of time where my son, my oldest son, Stanley, I have 5 kids.
Oh, wow.
But my oldest son was a violin player, very accomplished violinist for a young kid. And I put together a band around him. And there were other young kids, teenagers kind of in the area that were pretty good musicians. Dalen Enkers on concertina. He was, I don't know, I think he was like maybe 16 at the time. Went on to play with like Polish Connection.
Yikes.
And Emmett Ruskowski, that's Wally Ruskowski's son, was on bass.
Yeah.
And he's with Steve Barclay now in the New Polish Sound. And Alex Quinnell on drums, right? And then a few of us older guys, and we called it Kid Polka, kind of taking off on the Kid Rock thing, but Kid Polka. And did decent amount of work with those guys as Kid Polka. I know we did like the county fair here in Owatonna, Minnesota for many years. And actually, let me just say this: that first song you played on your show, the Yo-Yo Polka,
yeah,
that was actually my son Stanley. He was about 12 years old, and he played the fiddle parts on that song. And he did that, and that was one cut. That was one take.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was a kind of stint with that, and then after that, after he came to hook up with Dr. Kabasa, and had, been doing quite a bit of work with those guys, and great group of guys. Jim Dobozinski, he's had the band. They're going into their 30th year. 2025 will be year 30 for them, and still going strong, and then also. Right about that time, started Larry Trojak, who'd been in Minnesota for quite a while, and I always tried to get him out. I was going, come on, Larry, let's do something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, all of a sudden he decided, okay, now he's ready to do something, and that's when the Main Squeeze kind of came together, and that's a 7-piece band. So we got kind of the traditional polka instrumentation, but with an extra horn guy. So we got a 3-part horn section, and so we can do anything from like 2 trumpets and a reed, and then sometimes I'll switch over to reed, so we can do like amplifier stuff with the 2 clarinets and natural stuff with the 2 reeds and all that kind of stuff.
Beautiful. And Larry Trojak has an amazing voice. Always loved the way he played drums, and I know he is, or was, and I believe still is, a huge Little Wally fan.
Well, he is, and let me just tell you this. So the first practice with this new band, the Main Squeeze, get the equipment set up, and I wish I remember what song it was. It would make the story better, but I don't, unfortunately. But we play the first riff part, right? And I hear Larry sing live for the first time in maybe 2 decades, right?
Oh, yikes.
And all of a sudden, I got this smile on my face that won't go away, that makes it impossible to play trumpet.
And goosebumps up the arms, down the legs. Yep, I hear you, pal. I definitely hear you with that.
So he's an amazing guy, and his voice hasn't lost anything as far as I can tell. So he pretty much carries the band on lead vocals, and then kind of out of that band came this idea to do a Little Wally tribute band, and that's where a band called Live It Up came from, and it's 5 guys from the Main Squeeze, but we don't play anything from the Main Squeeze book. Mm-hmm. It's all Little Wally, and it's Little Wally the way Wally played it. You'd be surprised, you think, 5 guys getting together playing Little Wally songs, so what? But if you really stay true, and we really pay attention to the details and try to do it the way he did, and also get really, really kind of deep into the weeds and really find out kind of a lot of the obscure stuff that I say this, I wouldn't be surprised do we play songs that Wally never played live? And
That
certainly songs that I've never heard anybody else play live.
That I would believe because he had several books. Wally had published several books with the words in them. And a lot of times, I was sitting down with a real good friend of mine, Ricky Pianowski, and another good friend of mine, Mark Cohan. And, we get a chance to get together once in a great while, but we'd look at these books and it's like, I don't remember this song. And, Mark and Ricky, of course, speak Polish very well. So they're singing the words and I'm like, I have no idea what song these are. But so I know exactly where you're coming from with that, Bernie. I do.
And we've established kind of a rapport actually with some of the places that we play, and people come up and they'll try to stump us, right? They'll pick out the most obscure Wally song and try to stump us, and guess what? If we don't know it, the next time we play there, we know it, so we can play it for somebody else. So it's been fun, and like I say, if you really pay attention to the details, and there's a lot of kind of subtlety to the music, and the arrangements are different of those songs, the way bands are playing them now. It does, it takes you back in time, and it's been. I'll be honest, I've never really been a huge Little Wally fan, because I grew up on the Bazanchek and everything, and to me that was kind of too far of a throwback, but. Especially since, kind of the last 4 or 5 years since we've been kind of working on this project, I've come to have just a ton of respect and just love what Little Wally contributed to the music. It's fantastic.
Tell us a little bit about your Diversico.
Well, so that's another local band here in Minnesota that, I have an opportunity to play with. I wish there were more opportunities to play. I wish I could play everything with everybody, right? But, unfortunately in Minnesota, there are not a lot of horn players. And I've done some work with those guys, this past year. I played Pulaski Polka Days and Frankenmuth, Michigan with them. And Craig's been doing it for years and years, Polka Hall of Famer. And boy, you talk about a guy who knows his polka music. He is an encyclopedia.
And
then some.
So then when did you hook up with Twin City Sounds?
Yeah, so that was about, I'm going to say, so I think I moved to Minnesota about 2005. So within the first 2 years, somewhere maybe late 2006, 2007, was when I connected with Pete and Robin, and we kind of started working. And we played up and through, I think it was about 2012, 13, something like that. And then Craig Morsolik, the box player, moved to Chicago, and disbanded. And now Craig's back in Minnesota, and so we've been back together for about the last year and a half, about a year and a half, I think. Yeah.
Excellent. Now I think I mentioned, and you probably heard it, that we're going to be interviewing Robin Mrozinski. On an upcoming Sunday afternoon. But I got to say this too, their daughter Nicole, I guess blew everybody's mind with pulling out the concertina and playing it as well as she does. She's now singing with Robin as well. Tell us what it's like to play with Nicole on stage.
Yeah, she's amazing young person. I think she just graduated high school, so I guess we'll make her 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
And she's taken an interest in the music, and she's had kind of some good people that can kind of help guide her. Her mom definitely knows music, knows her way around the concertina, and she's kind of working beside Craig Marsolik too, who's been a big influence on her. And I'll tell you this, that we've had, so you've played some of the Twin City Sound stuff, at the beginning of the show, right?
Yeah.
That's not your 3/4.
We've got more too.
Yeah. That's not just your standard, 3-chord arrangements, right?
Right.
This stuff, it's moving around, it's kind of, and it's got odd keys and it's got odd chords, all this kind of stuff. And we will have practices where maybe Craig can't make it, and it's just Nicole and you look over, and she's got it. She's on.
Don't you hate that? I mean, really.
Yeah. So so she's not just sitting over there kind of hitting the three chords. She's got, and I don't know concertina, but I see that left hand working because I'm on her left side, and she's not missing anything. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. I know how to chord, but that's about it when it comes to concertina stuff. But, in some of the videos that I have seen her, and again, the band is just phenomenal. Now, who all is playing in the band right now with Twin Cities Sounds?
Yeah, so right now, Pete Mrozinski, who is the son of one of the Mrozinski brothers. If you remember, like way back in the day, the Mrozinski brothers Aleatoric Ensemble from Minnesota.
Was there a pink bass involved? No, that wasn't that band.
I think that, but pink was their color. I think you're on the right track.
Okay, you know what? Then I think
in your memory there.
I think there was a pink drum set and a pink bass guitar, if I am not mistaken. And boy, why I'm bringing this up now, I have no idea. But it's just one
possible.
of those flashbacks. It's
very believable, and they were just such an interesting band. They were just very kind of avant-garde and really of had some interesting ideas going on in their music, and they were just really, really popular around the Twin Cities here and throughout the polka world. I know they've traveled, to the to the East Coast for festivals and things back in the day. But anyway, so Pete Jr. is the son of one of the original Mrozinski brothers, so that's his lineage. And in fact, I don't know the whole family history, but it goes back beyond that. Apparently, Pete's grandparents played, and I know that this year, 2024, 2025, I can't remember which, marks 80 years of polka music being performed by the Mrozinski family, going back to the previous generation.
Oh, amazing.
And then Robin is now Pete's wife, right? And she plays bass, she plays piano, she plays fiddle. Just very talented. Does a lot of the vocals. I mean, it's kind of unique to have a woman in the band and someone who can cover female vocalists in polka music. And so we try to feature that and kind of bring something a little different and a little unique to the marketplace. So that's Pete and Robin, and then Craig Marsolik on box. He's just a concertina monster. He just wails. And then my good friend Roscoe Powell is on clarinet and sax and trumpet.
Yeah. I know Roscoe.
And Roscoe, he's also in the Live It Up. He's also in the Main Squeeze. So like myself, there's some of us who are, kind of working with a couple of different bands. But and then in this latest iteration of the band, since we've come back, now Nicole joining the band on concertina, and she plays some 6-string guitar. Also, we're doing some.
Right?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Now, let's get back to you personally. Do you have a personal favorite genre of music that you like to listen to, Bernie, when you are not listening to polkas?
Yeah, so I mean, I just really, really love all kinds of music, and I've really, I think, taken pretty deep dive into a lot of different styles of music.
Okay.
I just saw not too long ago, Jeff Lynne's ELO came through Minnesota on their farewell tour, and just loved ELO back in the day. And I mean, that concert was just amazing. Just made my head explode. But I'll say this thing I keep coming back to more and more is, what's being called these days is like Americana. It's kind of more rootsy, singer-songwriter, folksy kind of. I think I got tired of hearing like really what I'll call overproduced music, electronic music and all that kind of stuff. And this is stuff that's kind of more stripped back, more rootsy, kind of more acoustic instruments and whatnot. And there's just some amazing artists in that genre. And I'll just throw out, like John Prine was my favorite. I don't know if you know who John Prine was, and if you don't, shame on you.
I do not, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness. And Towns Van Zandt, Guy Clark, the band I really like, J.B. Burnham's with a band called American Aquarium, just fantastic. So I just go back to that. That's my go-to. I always come back to that, and I do a lot of long road trips and a lot of time to listen to music, and boy, that's where I just find my sweet spot. If that makes sense.
Now, do you also have a favorite song that you like to sing when you're up on the stage, or a favorite song that you love to play?
Well, I know you're expecting me to say Schledger, but it's not Schledger.
Okay. All right. Well, then what is it?
It actually is, Robin. It's the song you played, in the beginning of your show there, the song that my brother Randy wrote for our dad, the all that he did. And I'll just say this, we performed that with Twin City Sounds, and there's just a warmness in my heart as I'm singing those words. And there are many songs you just stand there and you sing. You're not even mindful of what the words or the lyrics mean. Sure. That's one song that every time I sing them, I'm mindful of the words and I'm mindful of his contribution and his presence and what it is that I do. And that would be it. That would be the song that I most enjoy performing for those reasons.
Interesting. And is there a band that you have ever wanted to perform with, but never had the opportunity to? And it could be any genre of music, Bernie, whatsoever. But do you have a favorite band that you would love to have performed with at one time or another?
Well, I'll say this. So I remember you not too long ago, you did an interview with Al Piatkowski.
Yes.
And he talked about being in the box zone, right? So down there, he's playing his thing. He's doing his part. He's kind of working with, the concertina guy, whatever, and not even aware of what's going on anywhere else on the stage. And then somebody giving him a tape to listen to and say, holy cow, those horns are pretty good. I'm like that, but at the other end of the stage, I get in the horn zone and I don't care what's going on stage. Yeah. And I honestly probably wouldn't care if I was playing with the best rhythm section or band or the worst. If I'm working with another good horn guy, and I had a chance to really work with some really good ones, played with Richie Coyce quite a bit with Energy there, got to play a little bit alongside Kevin Adams and a lot of others. And there's probably some other, guys that I like to play with. Yeah. I wouldn't care what the band was, but like Mike Stupinski, comes to mind, or Lenny, of course. Yeah. To just be able to play alongside Lenny. But there is one thing that if I could go back and play at, I would. And it's going to turn into a little bit of a story, but I promise I'll bring it back around if that's okay.
No, please, please. So
way back in the day, if you remember Mike and Kenny Chipchak, do you know the Chipchak? I know you interviewed Jerry Chipchak not that long ago.
I sure do. Yep, from Ohio.
Yeah. And Mike Chipchak, I think he did the artwork on your Me, Myself, and I, if I'm not mistaken.
No, actually, that was a good friend of mine that I mentioned earlier was Mr. Mark Cohan.
Oh, was it? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken on that. So, anyways, our families were real good friends, and they always had, when our families would get together, the ideas would start flowing, and these were people that would be like, take an idea and run with it. So, in Wildwood, New Jersey, they took their blue van and cargo van and painted on the side with white shoe polish, Mobile Jam 1, put a power generator inside, had a bass amp and a PA and a drum set. And we would go from pool party to pool party and just open up the door and play a song or two. And that was Mobile Jam 1. And even Eddie came in the van and sang a couple of songs. Well, it took off from there. Mobile Jam 2 was the next year they built a stage on top of the van, drove to Wildwood and did the same thing with the, with the stage on top.
Yeah.
That evolved to Mobile Jam 3, which was also known as Hydro Jam at Conneaut Lake, where we rented a pontoon boat. Same thing, power generator,
You
PA
gotta
system,
be
bass
kidding
amp, drum
me.
amp, drum set. And the idea was we wanted to go over and, like, as the beach party's ending, all of a sudden this pontoon shows up and there's people playing polkas. So we did that, but then we realized we had the boat for like 2 hours. So we're cruising around the lake, like playing songs for fishermen and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
So anyways, there's this whole sequence of things that led to, including, then we got like more theatric. We did like GI Jam, and things started to become scripted, and we had costumes, and we would do these mobile jams around Seven Springs, and there was the GI Jam and Jamaica Jam. And if anybody has videos of any of this stuff, by the way, please let me know, because there's not a lot out there. It's not like these days when people have cell phones and everybody's recording everything that happens.
Yes,
and not a lot of this is documented.
Exactly.
And so there were 7 altogether: GI Jam, Jamaica Jam, Drag Jam, which was a kind of a rally for women in polkas, and a Jailhouse Jam. But I missed Mobile Jam 2. I was not there for Mobile Jam. That's the one I missed. And I regret it to this day. That's one box that I never got to check and never will. And an interesting thing, by the way. So the police, as I understand it, see this van driving around with a band.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on.
This doesn't seem right.
Hold on a second, Bernie.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you start out a sentence with the police, this never ends well. At any story that starts out, well, the police, this never ends well. So go ahead.
Well, anyways, the police see this and they're like, well, this doesn't seem right, but what law are they violating? And what they came up with was, this is a float and you need a parade permit.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That was there, so they shut it down. But it did happen. I mean, they managed to make it around to a number of the parties and everything. But anyways, and long answer to your question 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
The one thing that I wished I would have been able to play that I wasn't was Mobile Jam 2. So there you go.
Nice. How about the largest crowd that you ever performed for?
Wow, that's a good question. It's a great day for hockey. We actually played outside the Civic Arena.
Oh, you did?
We did.
I didn't hear this.
It was during the Stanley Cup Finals, the year we played the Chicago Blackhawks. So I don't know if that counts, because a lot of that crowd was just transient, right? They were just going to the game. There's a man sitting up there, but
it doesn't matter.
Easily a couple thousand people in front of us, anyways. And actually, if you could find the ESPN Stanley Cup Final highlights,
okay,
for that year, Penguins against the Blackhawks, we are in there. We made the highlights reel.
Oh, that's amazing.
But anyways, other than that, I think, well, how about this one? Like Pulaski Polka Days Parade. I don't know how many people you play for.
Yes.
By the time you start the parade, then probably 5,000 people, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And it's cool because everybody that has a big truck or a big rig, which is like 40% of the population, they're able to get into the parade, and they're anxious to get a band on a float to be able to pull that through.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's amazing. All of the talent that is out in Wisconsin, all the young talent that is out in Wisconsin.
Yeah. But I was going to say, just the other one. So I'll say this, like the Twin Cities Oktoberfest that Dr. Kielbasa has played with him. There's probably 2,000 people there, and it's not a I'll use air quotes polka crowd, but 2,000 people that are there for Oktoberfest, a lot of them getting drunk and ready to party. And I haven't talked a lot about Dr. Kielbasa, but I probably should, because those guys are really doing a cool thing too with. What's that? I'm sorry.
I said, please talk about.
Oh
that. Yeah, by all means.
So these are guys who grew up in the polka culture and they love the Polish music and all that kind of stuff, but they've kind of gravitated a little bit towards doing some things kind of similar to maybe what like Freeze Dried was doing. We're doing like a lot of crossover stuff, and
All right.
doing Marshall Tucker Band and Charlie Daniel Band songs as polka songs that people recognize and can relate to, who don't necessarily like the polkas. And some of the Oktoberfests that we play at are just crazy. People are just ready to respond to something like that. And at this Twin Cities Oktoberfest, we've done this before where it's like third set coming up, dance floor rules. You can dance on the dance floor anything but a traditional polka. We call it freestyle. And you get all these people by the third set who have not been drinking for a couple of hours, and and the music's kind of getting to them, and they come out, and that dance floor just gets crazy. You wouldn't believe. I mean, I should videotape some of it, because it's like, and we will throw people off the dance floor. If you're dancing traditional polka, excuse me, you have to leave.
Well, we have something very similar to that here in Buffalo. We call it Dingus Day.
Right.
So I know exactly where you are coming from. That is for sure. Hey, how about this? And a very close friend of mine approached me at USPA and said, you really need to start asking this question of your musicians that you interview. So you are going to be the first, and we're going to incorporate this as well. But tell me your most embarrassing moment. Hey, you remember? I remember.
You can't do this to me.
Oh, I sure can. Oh, sorry. Nope, you're going to be the first. And like I said, we're incorporating it in our questions.
I suggested that a year ago, and you haven't used it once since then.
No, well, you know what? We're using it now. So let's go ahead and just the most embarrassing moment.
I have too many to choose from, but let me. All right. So let me set the stage. We're Theodore's Grove. It's Energy.
All right.
We're the first band. Stushkalunk is the second band. And we're going to be alternating. And, we kind of do our job as the first band. People are kind of coming in, and things are starting to build a little bit. And we're starting to, kind of crowd's starting to respond a little bit. We're trying to get it to the point where, we hand off a really nice high energy crowd to Stush. And Stush had just come out with the CD, Horn If You're Honky.
Yeah.
Remember that?
You remember it well, and we play a lot of songs off of it over the years.
And I've got the thing, like I said, we built it to the point where I'm ready to, ladies and gentlemen, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to do some clever little thing. I'm going to say, who's feeling a honky? Who's feeling a little honky? But I don't say honky, I say the other thing.
You say horny. Who's feeling a little horny? Beautiful.
Right in my MC announcing boy. Hey, who's feeling a little horny? And it was like the air went out of the room, and the record needle scratched, and everybody looked. And I don't know what I said to that. I don't know if I recovered or what. I think I just said, "Here's Stush."
That's good. That's really good. Hey, I can't believe that we are already at 6:12 p.m., 5:12 p.m. your time. We've been on here for almost 45 minutes, and again, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to do this. But as you know, I have two more questions, and the one you were kind enough to send me 2 pictures of this, which is now going to hit the screen. Well, tell us a little bit about this, which is your breakdown story, your amazing breakdown story. Tell us about that. The pictures are on now, Bernie.
I don't remember the year exactly, but we had a really bad year. It started, what's that?
You think it was a bad year from these pictures?
Trip to Wildwood, New Jersey, when we were driving over, going across the Walt Whitman Bridge, and Jack Beachley was driving, and it was kind of late at night. We were shooting for getting there, like to catch some music at the Oceanic, and then we were going to lounge around the next day and play the next evening or something. And all of a sudden, there's a lane merge thing, and this semi kind of comes over, and it was one of these tanker trucks, with the back wheels that are kind of sticking out a little bit. Caught the front end of the van, just picked it up and just rolled it over that wheel and just dropped it. And anyways, totaled the van. That's only the introduction to the story. That's not the story. So that van was totaled. So I go out. We made it to Wildwood. We did the job. So I go out. And I got to find a replacement van. Takes a while to find a nice used replacement van, but I found a really nice one. High top conversion van, really decked out, super nice. So excited to finally, get a band van back on the road. And then this is had it for 10 days. This is our first road trip with it, and we played for Dick Pillar at the Pines.
Yeah.
And then down to Bayway Polish Home in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And on the way home, we're coming across I-78, get into Pennsylvania, get to about Allentown, and kind of going down this downhill grade and kind of come to an underpass. Then you're starting kind of up the other side, and I'm driving. All of a sudden, van's like losing power. It's not going. So I kind of get off to the side, pull off, get out. I'm going to look under the hood, see what's going on. And it's on fire.
Oh, I thought that's what it was. Jerry said, that looks like that was a fire. And I said, well, it probably was, but let's wait until we get a chance to talk to him.
Kind of small. It was kind of starting to way down underneath the engine. And a trucker stopped and he had his fire extinguisher, tried to put it out. It didn't work. And all of a sudden, it's spreading pretty fast. And we're like, oh, wow, this is not good. We're just gonna have to bail. But we had the equipment trailer hooked to it, right? So I'm gonna try to save that. And I've never been in a situation like that, but it's high stress, high panic. Your mind is just going 10 miles an hour. Your mind's going faster than your hands, and trying to unlock the trailer. You have to get the keys out of the ignition and go. And I remember just, hands shaking, can't get the key in the lock, trying to get it unlocked because you're thinking, van's on fire. What are you thinking? It's going to explode, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Any minute. So anyways, get it unlocked, just get everything disconnected, crank it up, start to push it back downhill, realize, oh, rats. We didn't disconnect one of the chains. So now we're pushing like 2,000 pounds of trailer and equipment kind of uphill to get the chain disconnected. And finally got it disconnected and then pushed it back about 20 yards. And the van just totally burned. Like that extended top was all made of fiberglass. It was totally gone. If you can see some of the pictures, like the seats are nothing, but the metal springs are all that's left. There was nothing combustible in the van left. Well, I think Jack Beachley. Jack Beachley was with us, and he had taken a couple $1,000s on this trip because somebody had a concertina he was thinking about buying, and he didn't buy it. That money was in the van and it burnt up. The one thing that did not burn up the next day is we were able to kind of go and sift through the ashes and stuff. My brother Randy had an attaché of all the songs that he was writing, so all this original material that's not documented anywhere else, including all the songs that he had written for the China Little Light recording that apparently I have to get for you.
Yeah.
We found that in the back, and it was singed, but not a single piece of music was lost.
That's unbelievable. The one thing that
was saved, so talk about like kind of a divine intervention, that was the one thing that was not destroyed in the fire.
Unbelievable. Well, Bernie, also, when you had started talking about the police or the cops, I said, boy, no story ever ends well with that. Actually, to be honest with you, any story that begins with Jack Beachley never ends well either, unfortunately. And I shouldn't say that because I love him dearly. I watched him grow up just like I watched you guys. But, you're enlightening us with all this stuff, no pun intended. But it was just, oh, man.
I had never thought of that before, but I'm going to have to ponder that.
We are going to get a hold of Mr. Beachley. I have sent him some messages. We were able to contact Richie Zabrowski. He came on I want to say a couple of weeks ago. Had a lot of fun talking to him. But Jack is going to be on at some point. Johnny Mikos is going to be on at some point. And we just, Jerry and I have a lot of folks that we are still going to be interviewing. And we are blessed. I have to say this because anybody that we have reached out to, not one person has said no. The people say, let me check my schedule because, now we're back to playing again after that stupid pandemic that we were in. But it's really remarkable, and we are so fortunate to have people like that. And,
yeah, absolutely. And I really appreciate and love what you guys are doing. And, I even love that you guys did like Franny Russo and Paul Kuhar, non-musicians, I think here's a thought for you. So I think, how they have Polka Awards every year.
Yeah.
I think there should be an award. I've said this for a while that the bands vote on where we pick the number one polka fan.
Oh, that's nice. That is really nice.
I think Paul would be in Paul Kuhar would be in this discussion for number one polka fan.
Yes, and you better believe that.
And while I'm at it, how about an award for the best band fan? This is a guy who's in a band, and yet if he's not playing, you still see him at every dance and every festival. Chris Hedrick.
Yeah, he's another one. And Chris, we had the pleasure and honor of talking with him on a Sunday afternoon as well. But yeah, you're right. You are definitely right. Hey, and my very last question to you, and again, I thank you so much for spending the time with Jerry and I and all the folks. And don't forget that this interview doesn't go away, because it's either available on Facebook, or if not, it will definitely be available on YouTube after 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so that anyone can take a look at any of our Polkas After Dark interviews. But you just type in Bernie Koslosky interview and boom, into YouTube, and boom, it brings it right up and you're able to catch the entire interview, which is great. Now, Bernie, our last question is, what would Bernie Koslosky say to someone who wants to get involved in any kind of music, whether it's polkas, rock, country, whatever? Yeah. What would you give as a recommendation to that person?
Well, that's a good question, Robin. I'm going to take this back all the way to the way we started this conversation with my dad. My dad was, I would say, the most resourceful person probably that I've ever known. We would call him like MacGyver. He's a guy who could take, a shoe and some bubble gum and a pen and some kite string and blast his way out of a bunker or something.
That's funny.
But incredibly resourceful. And that's one thing that I just learned from him. And I don't know if it was something he was trying to teach us or not, mindfully, but he was so incredibly resourceful. And I'm just going to give you some examples of some of the things he did. When we were first learning, we realized we had a lot to learn. He connected with Joe Fedor and, hey, my kids are kind of starting this band and, thoughts, what do you, so Joe Fedor was like, well, hey, one of the things I can offer is I can help them with their Polish. So we went over probably Joe Fedor's house probably 3 or 4 times. And he was our very first mentor on teaching us the Polish language and the pronunciations, right? Yeah. And there's another sidebar story. And I apologize if I keep throwing into
No, that's fine.
But I still have handwritten lyrics that Joe Theodore wrote for us because we wanted to do his Love Life Waltz.
Oh,
and he wrote out the Polish lyrics for us, and I still have that. And don't be surprised if someday you turn on Pawn Stars and you see me going in, with handwritten lyrics by Joe Theodore, the Love Life Waltz, and I want to see the expert they're going to call in to validate and put a well, they're not for sale anyways. On
No.
But it'd be nice to get a value on it.
Oh, that is funny.
But anyways, continuing, I remember it's Seven Springs every year. Like the week after that, Joe Theodore would put on polkas at the Green Gate Mall.
Yeah.
And Happy Louie would always do an evening there. And I remember my dad taking us there and walking up to Happy Louie. Hey, my kids are interested in playing. And at the time, we don't know this playing by ear thing. All we ever knew is like playing for music and stuff. And he's asking Happy Louie about, where can guys get music and stuff. And he put us in touch with this Tempo Music Service, this guy, Ken Morey, who charted out thousands and thousands of polka songs, so gave us somewhere to turn for music and stuff. I talk about, like how, I wanted to learn how to play trumpet and what resources do I have? Well, I got this teacher here I can go to and, and just so many things, just listening and trying to imitate other bands that are doing what you want to do, learn from them. I know I could hear a lot of live music outside of polkas, and I would talk because I was always responsible for the equipment and the stage mix and everything for energy, talking to sound guys. How do you set an EQ, this, that, blah, blah. Point is, there are so many resources out there. You just have to be resourceful.
Yeah. You have to know how to get them.
Yeah. So the idea is, what options do I have? It's a little more, in this day and age, my gosh, the YouTube, I still go to YouTube and I look at, trumpet lessons on increasing endurance or increasing range or whatever. And certainly for guitar players and stuff, man, there are tutorials out there to teach you to play all kinds of songs. Point is, there are just lots and lots and lots of resources, but you have to be the one to identify those resources and take actions and steps towards capitalizing on them. And if you do, there's just so much that, that's available to you that kind of just, eventually kind of becomes part of you and part of the tapestry that is you. And you just learn and grow and become, more and more accomplished in whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Very
and you can
well
say this,
said.
And you can say this exact same thing for anything besides music, like athletics or, I don't know. You want to be a banker, the same thing applies.
Speaking of banker, real quick, I do want to ask you what you do for a living. You cannot divulge the company that you work for, but just tell me a little bit about briefly, because we're already looking at approaching 6:30 already. But tell us a little bit about what you do for a living.
Well, I started my career in 1981. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, well, that's all the time we have this evening. Tune in for part number 2, which will be next week, Thursday.
Seriously, my degree's in accounting, and I've been like a financial controller for mostly my manufacturing companies. I did some automotive, some aerospace, and food service, food processing companies, and so forth. So so that's what I do for a living.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Bernie, listen. I got to tell you something. I love you, buddy. You know that with all my heart. I thank you so much for taking the time to spend today on Polkas After Dark, just hanging with us. And man, you are a plethora of information. I can't believe it. And some of the nostalgic things, boy, we could have you on again at some point and probably not talk about the same thing twice.
I could spend an hour talking about embarrassing moments, Robin.
Me too.
I could fill up an hour with that.
Me too. Hey, Bernie, again, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. You have yourself a great week, pal, and have yourself a great holiday season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and the family.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Jerry. You guys too. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
That, of course, was Bernie Koslosky from Minnesota.
It's gonna be a party late in the evening. Everybody singing, won't you come along? There's gonna be a party late in the night time. Gonna have a fine time and party all night long. Let's party all night long. Everybody now, all night long. Everybody's waiting
Oh, yeah, what a great time we had chatting with Bernie Koslosky, and we thank everybody who took the time to log on today. Also, comments and everything like that. Excellent interview. Great interview. Thank you very, very much. Even Lisa, his sister-in-law, typed in there, Jerry. She says, great job, Bernie. I was doubled over laughing at the embarrassing moment story.
I think like some of those things that musicians remember are things people don't have a clue happened, which is what's really cool about you doing the interview. At least I think it's cool because
doing the interviews with the sidemen.
Yeah,
Not
it's
the
just
band
I
leaders.
remember when this happened, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, well, we didn't hear that when we interviewed so and so who plays with so and
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
So I find them fascinating.
What a great time that was, and look forward to seeing Bernie and Randy and Lisa and everybody in the family. You know, we've got some more folks that we are going to be interviewing in upcoming broadcasts, but for now, you know, Bernie mentioned he has the lyrics to this song, and here is the Love Life Waltz. Here is the Polish All-Stars, Joe Fedor's Polish All-Star Band, and we're going to play this one for you guys right now, and just take a listen.
Be mine. Don't hide, my dear. Your mother allows you. Come to me, my dear. Let's love each other. My head is turning because I love you, my dear. We have a beautiful son. He looks just like his mommy. His eyes are like his daddy's. This is our life, my dear.
Polkas After Dark is what you're tuned to, kids. I can't believe it's already 6:35 in the evening. We've got 25 minutes before 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, if you missed this interview with Bernie Koslosky tonight from the former Energy Band, now performing with some great bands out around the Minnesota area, you got to get a chance to listen to it again. Even if you just missed certain parts, or if you hadn't gotten a chance to be with us tonight, make sure that you go to youtube.com, type in Polkas After Dark, and then once you get on there, type in the search Bernie Koslosky, Kosloswsky, Koslosky. That's Bernie Koslosky interview. Type that in and you will be happy that you did. And now let's bring up energy.
My ancestors came from the mountains of a country far, far away. They were known as Górale, and their legacy still lives today. We still sing the songs that they sang, and we're still living day to day. It's still the place where dreams come true, where the green reaches up to the blue. There's beauty, there's peace, and there's wonder, and mysterious yearnings to stay, where calm is found in the evening, chasing fear and the sunlight away, where nature does a bold dance. There's no better place for romance, the place where I most want to be with you, where the green reaches up to the blue. My ancestors shared my conviction that the mountains are part of the man. There must be a profound connection, for in highlands I wish to remain, where the mountains rise into the sky, and the birds and trees meet for a while, where the past meets the future in all that you do, where the green reaches up to the blue, where the green reaches up, where we find our love, where the green reaches up to the blue.
Man, what a great tune there. Randy on the vocal with energy. How about a little bit of Lenny Gomulka? Let's put you in the Christmas spirit. Here's one called Another Happy Holiday. And happy holidays to each and every one of you folks that are tuned in. We're going to say hello to Jennifer Wozniak. Also to Michael if he's tuned in. Polkas After Dark is what you're tuned to, kids. It is 6:40 Eastern Time right here on Polkas After Dark again. No broadcast next week Saturday, but we will be here on Sunday.
Another Christmas to be together, you and me. Another Christmas
another Christmas, another happy holiday, another Christmas to be around your Christmas tree, another Christmas, another happy holiday.
Hey, gonna say a big shout out to Mr. Dennis Krupski. He's here. Also, Benjamin Lynn, thank you for tuning in to Polkas After Dark. Hey, gosh, we've got Don Marie Danielski. Got a whole bunch more people tuned in to Polkas After Dark. Mr. Ted Lang and Molly B, welcome. And also John and Marge Subcheck down in Florida.
Another New Year's to be together, you and me. Another New Year's, another happy holiday, another toast on New Year's Eve for you and for me. Another New Year's wish, another happy holiday, another Christmas to be around the Christmas tree. Another Christmas, especially just for you and me. Another Christmas gift to wrap and place beneath the tree. Another Christmas card, especially just for you, from me.
Another happy holiday, Polkas After Dark. Hey guys, gals, we do thank you ever so much for putting us on, as Jerry and I always say, if you've been listening in your car.
Thanks for the ride.
Yeah, we are going to be here next week, Sunday. Once again, folks, we will not be here on Saturday evening because we do have a prior commitment, and that prior commitment is the Buffalo Polka Booster Christmas Party. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I, and I'm hoping. It sounds like weather's going to be okay. We
it's
shouldn't have
bad
any snow or anything like that. Knock on plastic. That's the table anyhow. Knock on plastic here. Gosh. Hey, who are we interviewing next week? Do we have an interview? No, we don't. We don't have an interview next week. And I know that you have been bugging me, and you've been waiting patiently for my interview. And we've got a lot of folks that have been asking about it in private messages and so on. So I think that's going to be coming up soon. And we will let you know when that's going to be happening on Polkas After Dark. And let's see here. How about we get another song here? Here's one. Oh, this is a kind of a unique way that Mr. Bernie had worked with Twin Cities sounds to incorporate some medleys. So let's go ahead and just play a couple of these.
From the state of Connecticut comes another all-girl band under the leadership of Irene Olszewski. Here's a song they recorded featuring Irene called My Boyfriend Polka.
Jak mnie zobaczy,
Mary Lou Cerniak won many favorite female vocalist awards while performing with Bill Cerniak and Polka Soul from Minnesota. Here's a song she recorded with Polka Soul called Play Me a Song. Polska from New York was truly a polka pioneer. She performed with many bands, including her own all-girl orchestra. Here's one she wrote and recorded called Live, Love, Laugh. Maureen Solarsh were featured vocalists with a New Jersey band called the Polka Shamrocks. Here's one of their songs called Grab a Piece of the Rocks. The New Tones from Western Pennsylvania feature Stacey Morris, Vicky Zabrowski, and Pammy Spalding. Their smooth vocals are featured on many of their songs, such as this one, On Top of the World.
Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes.
Oh, yeah, folks. Hey, you are tuned to Polkas After Dark. Once again, we do have a friendly reminder. We are not going to be here next week, Saturday, but we will be on Sunday, I believe.
Yes.
There is no interview for Sunday. Hey, we're going to say hello to Mr. Anchors. He is here. Dalen, hello to you. Jill Cerniak once again. Mike Rodzinski, also Bobop. Kalisek, he is still here. Jennifer Wozniak, hello to you and also to Michael. Glad to see everything is on the mend for Mike. Let's see here. Randy Koslosky, Lisa Koslosky, Dawn Marie Danielski. Chris Curtis is also here. JJ Marenka, hello to you, JJ. Dennis Krupski is in the house here. Hello to you, Dennis. Once again, John and Marge Subcheck down in the Villages in Florida. Tom Urbanski, hello to you. Amanda Mitak is here. Helena Garbach says, beautiful voice. I wonder if she's talking about mine or
the
a Robin
ladies.
that was a Robin that was singing. Yeah,
The
I have to
ladies.
agree. I have to agree. She does have an awesome voice. Hey, Jeff Moroshek is here. Hello to you, Jeff, out in Wisconsin. Also, Gail Serva is joining us. And Jerry, who do you have over there in
It was
the
kind of quiet
YouTube?
over in YouTube today. We had Randy Kozlowski, Ashley Torres, and Carol Shaminsky.
Carol Skaminski. Okay, there you go. She says, well, that's for sure a great interview. Well, again, thank you so much, everybody that supports us. It is going to be time pretty soon here to say dobranoc. We do want to wish you all a very beautiful week. Thank you very much. Hopefully, you're not going to get much snow.
And hopefully we won't either.
And hopefully we won't either. I don't want any more right now. Hey, here's Eddie Blazonczyk, and the Versatone's going to send it out to Steve Karamala down in Dunkirk. Also, we're going to say hello to Tommy Hoke down in Uniontown, PA. Brother Tom. We're going to close the broadcast out with two songs back to back. Here's Eddie B as he talks about season's greetings.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year goes to each and every one of you. Season's greetings, God's blessings for you. May your Christmas dreams and wishes all come true. It's the time for families to gather, open presents near the Christmas tree. Friends and neighbors seem to get together as they spend the Christmas season happily. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year goes to each and every one of you. Season's greetings, God's blessings for you. May your Christmas dreams and wishes all come true. It's the time for families to gather, open presents near the Christmas tree. Friends and neighbors seem to get together as they spend the Christmas season happily. Christmas holidays. Play, Santa, play, and sing it loud and clear. Yuletide season's toast for Christmas cheer. Play, Santa, play, and bring our spirits near. Thank the Lord we've seen another year. We should go to church and pray in our own special way for a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Play, Santa, play a merry melody, a song about the Christmas holidays. Play, Santa, play, and sing it loud and clear. Yuletide season's toast for Christmas cheer. Play, Santa, play, and bring our spirits near. Thank the Lord we've seen another year. We should go to church and pray in our own special way for a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.